Bruce, I want to just put to you the defense from Diddy's lawyer, Mr. Agnifilio. He maintained there's no coercion and no crime. He's not afraid of the charges, and he said he believed that Combs was the target of an unjust prosecution. What's your response to that?
Well, one of the things that we talked about, the people who arrange the flights, the people who arrange this and that, all the people in the chain, those are all going to be witnesses against Diddy. We'll start there. Second of all, he's got terabytes of video all over the place. Thirdly, they've got him on recording, threatening a witness, trying to get them to not come forward and testify. They've got giving IVs to recover. The key wording here is force, fraud, and coercion. You know, that's the key wording for the sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one thing to have a party with a bunch of ladies and enjoy that. It's quite another thing to keep them there for days until their bruises heal. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a freak off, as it's defined in the indictment, isn't just a party.
No.
It is force, it's fraud, it's coercion. And there won't be a defense. His lawyers will take as much money as they possibly can out of him, but the case really will speak for itself.
Apparently this was happening to men too.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. If Diddy turned out actually to be gay or bisexual, then the victims here are not just women necessarily. They could also include men. Is that what you're saying, Lord Jamar?
And I'm just saying, yeah, it's definitely not a crime for whatever his proclivity may be. But if you're making people do things against their will or hanging things over their head in order to, you know, try to trade, you know, little quid pro quo, that's not cool. You know, when people use their power to try to manipulate certain situations, and especially if you're trying to do this to men that wouldn't normally engage in this type
I mean, I think that's something to be said about
buying in male prostitutes for a sexual performance is against the law federally.